Hello, I'm Jeff Myers, and welcome to Elgin Today. On this edition,
For our first story, the Elgin Police Department promotes 2 officers and says goodbye after 28 years to a well-liked communications operator, Mr. Pete Sotos. It's my honor to talk with Elgin High School basketball star class of '90, Jessie Henderson, as he was recently voted into the Illinois Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Fame. The Mayor David Kaptain segment will feature Tanner Melvin of Side Street Studio Arts, who tells the mayor and myself about expansion to the north for a shared artist space and an art supply store. The 6th annual 2017 MLK Youth Day at the center of Elgin attracts a young crowd and features a great keynote speaker.
we'll have these stories and more on this edition of Elgin Today.
Let's open this Elgin Today program with this event in the Heritage Ballroom at the center of Elgin on Thursday, January 5th, as Elgin Police Chief Jeff Swoboda tells us what's going on.
Today was a great day for the police department. We're saying farewell to Pete Sotos, who's been a communications operator since 1988. So he's done over 28 years with Elgin, and he's just done a great job. We want to say congratulations to him. And then we promoted Todd Pavoris from officer to sergeant, and Chris Jensen from sergeant to lieutenant. So 2 great officers who are going to do amazing things as supervisors, and we're very excited. We're going to miss Pete a lot, not hearing his voice on the radio. He's been there since I became here as a police officer 25 years ago, and he has been there. So not knowing that Pete's up there in the room is going to be a little different, a little strange, but we're really happy for him.
Afterwards, we got these thoughts from retiring Pete Sotos.
Kind of excited, nervous, mix of emotions, sad. I love this community. Like I said, I was born and raised in Elgin. I lived here for 46 years, and now I'm moving on to the next phase. But I began here as an explorer when I was 15, and I liked what I did with the Police Explorers. So I went to work for South Elgin for a couple of years, then came up to Elgin, and been here since. I love it. I love the community. They're very supportive. It's a tough job. I won't kid you. We answer 911 and non-emergency and emergency lines for the City of Elgin and for the South Elgin Fire Protection District. We dispatch resources for the Elgin Police Department, Elgin Fire Department, and South Elgin Fire Protection District. We service quite a large area of the community, and we process those calls and send people the resources, the help they need, whether it be the police, emergency medical, fire department, whatever they need. We get it out there or refer them to someone who can help them. That's the big thing.
And with this retirement, Pete would tell us where his family would live, and we learned that he will continue to work.
I'm in McChesney Park. I will be working for the Harlem-Roscoe Fire Protection District in my next phase.
And finally, Pete Sotos told us his thoughts on Elgin Police Chief Jeff Swoboda.
He's a wonderful person to work for. And what really I enjoyed is watching Chief Swoboda come up and from patrol to resident officer to sergeant to lieutenant to deputy chief and chief. He's always been on top of it, and he's the reason this community is so connected. This community, if you look at any other community, they're not nearly as connected to their police department as we are. And Todd Pavoris is going to be a great sergeant. He was a great officer. And Chris Jensen, outstanding. He's another local kid, Larkin High, grew up here, cares for the community, and puts 110% in everything he does.
For our second story during the month of February for Elgin Today, it's our honor to be at Elgin High School. We're talking to a legend today. We're going to have a chance to talk with Jessie Henderson. Jessie, how are you, sir?
I'm good, sir. Blessed to be alive. It's a humbling experience for me, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Great star class of '90 at Elgin High. First of all, right off the bat, you've got a wonderful honor coming your way. You've been elected to a Hall of Fame. Tell me about that Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I got a letter in the mail. Coach Jim Harrington, my ex-basketball coach here at Elgin High School, he called me and told me that they're going to nominate me for the Illinois Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Fame, and I was very grateful for that. I was very happy, and I told him how much I appreciate him for honoring me on that.
That's a great honor, sir. All of Elgin is proud of you.
Yes, sir. I'm so grateful for these people. I have a lot of people to thank. I can't name them all. It's so many. And it's just a blessing, to be able to be on this platform and something I can give to my kids, and they can build off this and be successful as well.
Congratulations again. That you'll have a gathering down in Bloomington in May, and all of the state will see you and realize what great things you did for Elgin.
Yes. It's beautiful. I'm being honored with a NBA legend by the name of Kevin Garnett. and Ronnie Fields. So
Really?
I'm so honored for that situation and to be on this platform, to be able to talk to this guy and interact with all the nominees. And like I said, it's just a beautiful thing.
Kevin went from high school out of Chicago right to Minnesota. So,
Yes,
and so
yes.
the Fields, the Garnetts, and the Hendersons together.
Yes,
That's
yes,
great.
beautiful.
Hey, we're right here in the record room here in Fable. We appreciate Principal Jerry Cook allowing us in this fabled record room here at Elgin High. Let's talk about that 89-90 season you had for the Maroons. You guys went down to Champaign.
Yes, it was beautiful. I had a supporting cast, first of all. You can't win games without being a teammate. I had some beautiful, great guys. Those guys were great guys, and that helped me to be on this platform because I didn't do it by myself. And those times were great. I wish I could bring them back. Life goes on. I was able to go to greater heights and experience things today, and I'm so happy, to be in that situation, to be where I am today. I miss those guys. And I could try to reach out here and there.
Sure.
And
I
I
see
just-
Nate Griffin now.
Yeah, every now and then. Strasser, talk to him. TJ, definitely. Lamumba.
Bob Hope.
Our
Bob Hope, not the other.
Yeah. I haven't seen Bob in a while, but I try to reach out to those guys and see them when I can. But like I said, that year was beautiful. I remember all the great games and what it took and the crowds and, man, it's just a good atmosphere, and I'm so happy,
You guys would knock off Sterling in the super section. I was looking back at some of the records and lose to East St. Louis Lincoln, of course, down in Champaign. But they went on to finish third, so it was a wonderful year. Tell me what it's like being around Coach Jim Harrington in your day.
Wow, Jim Harrington. Oh, wow, where do I start? Jim Harrington was not only my coach, a friend, a father figure. Always told me the right things to do. Always in my corner, supported me if I ever need anything. He's just a great guy. I'm so honored to know that guy. It's a blessing. And I'll forever have love for him. That's like a second father to me. A lot of guys don't grow up having that, but I'm so blessed to have that guy in my life. I try to communicate with him as much as possible. I will be going to visit him soon. Mm-hmm. But like I said, even his wife, his sons, I was Sean's idol,
Really?
Dusty.
Wonderful.
And Mrs. Harrington, like I said, the Harrington family is beautiful. I love those people, and Jim Harrington I'm so grateful for him.
Well, we're going to run out of time, and you are the legend, the class of 90, Elgin High, Jessie Henderson. We're so proud of what you've accomplished.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm so humble and grateful for the situation.
From the Garnetts, the Fields, the Hendersons, and Jim Harrington's an IBCA man as well.
Yes.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's our conversation with an Elgin legend, Jessie Henderson.
Thank you.
Let's look at a part of the City of Elgin's 32nd annual Martin Luther King Jr. celebration, as on Monday, January 16th, this young crowd at the center of Elgin was here for a purpose, as we learn more.
This is Elgin's jumping on board with the rest of the country to celebrate the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Nationally, it is known as a day of service. And so we are making sure that there's an opportunity for people here in this community to learn about how service is the best way to honor Dr. King.
And you have got workshops, and you've got a great crowd here today.
Thank you. Yes, we have a great turnout, at least 200, maybe close to 300 this year, and it's an opportunity, again, for people from the community to come together and celebrate Dr. King.
The students that we're seeing middle school students, high school students?
Yes, so the program is designed for middle and high school students. A lot of groups here, groups come from all different organizations across town. Youth Leadership Academy, of course. In addition, we also have the Laos Summer Youth Camp group and the Multicultural Education Outreach Foundation. And we also have the Larkin High School Black History Club here. So any group from across the community has had the opportunity to register and participate in this program.
In participating, we're seeing various works that they've done, projects they've done.
Correct. So they are exhibiting service projects that they have been doing over the course of the year. So think science fair, but instead of science project, they are exhibiting their service projects. And the idea is to share what kind of service ideas, things that people can do in the community to serve.
And you're a great speaker today, your keynote speaker, Sarah Culberson. You met her before and you brought her to Elgin.
Yes, so I met Sarah at the National Service Learning Conference and I was completely blown away. I heard her story and within 3 minutes I was crying because I was so touched. And everybody from my group who met her said, we have to find a way to bring her to Elgin so that everybody can hear her story and be inspired, and that's what this event is about. So she saved this space on her calendar and we are really, really blessed. She travels internationally as a speaker and she has just an incredible background. So the people here today are going to be really glad that they came today.
Tell me what you'll tell the kids in the audience today.
Well, today we're talking about Martin Luther King Jr. and honoring his spirit and what he represents, and we're talking about service. Students have been doing projects, service learning projects all over, and they're representing in this room. And I'm going to be talking about the work that I do and we do as a foundation in Sierra Leone, West Africa. We have a nonprofit called Sierra Leone Rising. I'm going to share about being adopted in West Virginia in an all-white family and then going back to Sierra Leone and meeting my birth father and meeting the whole tribe. And we saw what happened after an 11-year civil war, and we started a foundation to start rebuilding and working with the community and my family. And we've now had 10 years of running this foundation and done a lot of work, and it's been really special and powerful, and I really found a purpose in my life through doing this work.
Well, your life purpose and your whole life is amazing, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You are quite the actress, are you not?
Well, that's what I went to college and graduate school for, and I studied a lot of theater and dance and then did a lot of Shakespeare, and then I did some TV and film for a while before I started to get really focused on the foundation.
It's time for our February edition with Mayor David Kaptain. You have us in kind of a storefront setting this time.
Yes, we do. We're in downtown Elgin at Side Street Studios, and just off of Spring Street. Been here a number of years, and Tanner Melvin is with us, and his partner in life and in business is Aaron Rayberg, and co-partner and co-founders of a great organization, and really a blessing for the downtown, and they become leaders in the community, working with the Cultural Arts Commission, and help change the downtown. And I think they've done a really terrific job. Tanner, how long were you in business at the present location? When did you start, and what do you guys do there?
We should say, Tanner, we're just a little bit north of where the original side is because you're expanding, and that brings us out to you.
Yes, we are. Side Street Studio Arts was founded in 2013, located at 15 Ziegler Court. We got into that storefront and worked with the landlord, and we knew that we could go a year without ruining our fortune. So after a year, we decided to grow a little bit more, adding on the upstairs space there at 15.5 Ziegler for a theater space. Flash forward a couple of years, and we are across the alley in our expansion, and we are located right now we're at 13 South Spring Street. Next door to us is 11 South Spring Street. So we shared a space. What we do here is we're going to be opening a shared artist workspace or a maker space next door to us. And then in this space, as we are in right now, this will be our art supply store. We decided that it was time for us to grow, and not only because we wanted to, but we saw that there was an outcry from local artists that they really wanted new resources. They wanted to have space to work, and they wanted art supplies. Wow. So that's kind of what we decided to do.
And Mayor and Tanner, now we talk with you in February for this edition, and you'll open this new locale on March 3, which is the 4-year anniversary of the other spot.
Yes, March 3rd. It'll be our first Friday in March, so it'll be next month, and we're going to be activating all 4 spaces officially. So we'll have our gallery space open, we'll have our theater space open above the gallery, and then we'll have this space, our art supply store, and then next door we're going to have our maker space, or our open lab, as we call it. So we're going to have a lot of different events going on. We're going to have some live music, we're going to have live painting. Part of the organization we work with is Art Battle, based out of Canada, so we have some of those artists that have been with us for the past 3 years. Actually, we've contacted them. They're going to come in and do some live painting. We have one of our one of our great friends, Cody Clark, is coming in from, I believe, Kentucky, right? Or Tennessee. He is a magician, and he was with us for...
I saw him when...
Did you see him?
We put him on the air. Yeah.
Did you? That's amazing.
He still took my hat. Yeah.
Oh.
I know Cody. Yeah.
Yeah, Cody will be here. We reached out to him just to see if do something a little bit different. We made friends with him at Fringe Festival last year, which we co-sponsor, and just a great person, and we wanted to get him involved, and he said yes. So we're very excited about that.
Tanner sure knows his stuff, doesn't he?
He
This
does.
is exciting.
And Tanner, you operate as a not-for-profit.
Yes, we are.
Is it a 501c3? So it's a full not-for-profit. I know we had some discussions about when you guys first opened about doing wine and things like that. You're doing evenings where people can come in, have a glass of wine, even though they don't have to necessarily pay for it. They can make a donation. How those things work. Take a look at the art that's up there, and you do art shows. You do music. You also are doing performance upstairs with plays. So you've really created kind of a little arts niche down here. We're one block north of Art Space, and we're art tenants, and so this is really becoming part of the downtown, or an integral part of the downtown. What's your plans for this, and how does explain to us how the retail portion of this is going to work, your art supplies, and how that's going to interface with the people next door here that are using the space for creating their own art?
That's a great question. Our goal is to have have a space for this, for a retail space, so that artists can come in. They'll be able to purchase items up to a specific point. All of those funds will go back, because we are not for profit. They will go back into our organization. Therefore, we can, as my wife likes to say, we can keep the lights on. It's really important because of our outreach program that we have. We have different funding sources, so we do grant writing, we do fundraising outside. We actually have a GoFundMe that's up right now as well for our lab space for new equipment, in order to draw people in, but also allow people the opportunity to create in this makerspace. Now, the retail space, again, it's supplying a demand. We did see that there was a need and a demand for these art supplies in downtown, and we can't compete with the larger groups and larger organizations, but we can provide ourselves as resources, which we will be doing. But again, as a retail storefront, all of the funds will be going back into our organization itself.
One of the things that was an issue over at Art Space when it went in was the different types of art that the tenants were going to do, and it creates some issues. You have people that have furnaces, things like that. How are you going to deal with that? How does that, and it requires city permission to put these things. It requires special ventilation, and you have to be safe. That's a big priority, and you have people that are sharing the space. How are you going to make sure that people are safe and can do what they want to do?
We've had an excellent relationship with the city, like beginning with Side Street Studio Arts, actually, getting into the gallery and being involved in. So, flashing forward 3 years, I have a slight understanding, not a full understanding, but a slight understanding of who to contact at the city, in starting a discussion. What we can and cannot have, especially downtown in a historic district, which we are in, not being able to do certain things, and so we follow that protocol or those limitations. 100%. We're not going to be having open fires or kilns, anything like that. We'll have, electric services which provide, like kiln for ceramics, low fire, stuff like that. We're creating a dark room in the basement, which requires a little bit of water, and it's great.
And a throwback.
Yes, it is. We again, it was with the demand that we've seen with local artists. They don't have places to develop film, and it is again providing a resource for these artists to come in and either do it themselves, or we can do it for them. Then we're going to be having certain. We're not going to be dealing in caustic substances that would cause any harm to the waterways or anything like that. Anything that we're going to be using, like say for our screen printing station that we're going to have, or our etching press, everything will be. I don't know the exact terms, but it'll be not necessarily organic, but it'll be able to go down the regular mains. That was something we really focused on when talking with our our other local artists that are helping us. Doug Hansen, Jane Erlinson, they have a background in all of this. We wanted to make sure that we weren't impacting the environment in a negative way. So yeah, that's kind of the direction that we're headed. And again, making sure that we are in complete contact and that we are crystal clear with the city and what we can and cannot do, because the last thing we would want to do would impact us in a negative way and therefore impacting the artists or the community in a negative way.
Mayor, almost down to about a minute. Also, some of your staff, Amanda Harris, is also the key.
Yes. Amanda is one of our best friends and one of our highest assets at Side Street Studio Arts. Our other director, Roberto Martinez, couldn't make it today. He is a young person, and he's one of our assets, and as well as Christine Medriano, who's our new assistant director.
So. I wish we were still a young person.
Well, I wish so. And this, I think you guys are going to fill a gap in the city of Elgin, and we have people that come here and they ask about homes where they can do their artwork. Not every home is good for that. Right. Yeah, and they need a space. How do we provide that space for them, and they can use it on a temporary basis and come in and rent and still live in a place in Elgin, and really believe in people living where they work. So this fits that niche very well.
And you always envisioned Elgin as an art capital of Chicago.
Art capital of the northwestern suburbs.
Yeah.
Arts and entertainment capital of the northwestern suburbs.
Yep. Nicely done there. We're almost out of time. You found a couple of artifacts. We have about 30 seconds left.
Yes.
Mention for you.
Yeah, when I got into the space, there were some little nooks and crannies that I found. There's a little loft space behind us, and up there was the original, what I think is the original street sign or business sign for 13 Spring Street. So we've actually got it located on our new desk. We actually have some other materials up there from the U.S. military. I believe so. In this corridor, there were a lot of military where you could come in and sign up for the military. So I think a long time ago, I think that this might have been one of those. We found some really great 3D pop-out images. And
well, you signed up at the professional building.
I did.
For the military draft. So
yeah, I did.
It all ties together.
1965.
Well, Mayor, we're nearly out of time.
Okay, great, Jeff. We'll look forward to next month, and a great show today, and good luck to Tanner and Aaron and their new venture here.
Tanner, Melvin, thanks so very much.
Thank you both.
Thanks for being with us on our edition with Mayor David Kaptain.
Next, at the center of Elgin, the preschool near the Heritage Ballroom. Everyone there has a date in mind for the parents of preschool youngsters as we get more information.
We have our annual preschool open house scheduled for Wednesday, February 15th from 5:30 to 7:30. It's open for all prospective new students and parents to come to our preschool wing here at the center, visit our 5 classrooms, get to meet our 12 teaching staff, and learn about our program and learn about how to register, which our open registration will actually begin that Saturday, February 18th, here at the center at 9 a.m. We have actually 3 age group programs here at the Center of Elgin for preschool. We have a 2.5-year-old program. We have a 3 to 4-year-old program, which we call Wee Folks, and then we also have a pre-K program for 4 and 5-year-olds to get them ready for kindergarten.
You've really expanded the services in recent times.
Yes, we started out with 4 classrooms here at the center 14 years ago. We're up to 5 classrooms now. We offer 11 classes total between those 3 age groups. We have 12 teaching staff here, and we service about 200 kids here a year for preschool.
And you've got a very good staff, very veteran staff, don't you?
Very veteran staff. One of our staff members actually started our program at Lord's Park about 25 years ago, Miss Cindy. So yes, she's still here with us.
Parents want to get more information. How would they do that?
There's a couple ways they can get more information. They can call me directly. 847-531-7012 is my direct phone number. They can go to our website page, which is centerofelgin.org. Click on the preschool tab, and we also have a Facebook page called Center of Elgin Preschool Facebook, so they can get us kind of 3 different ways if they need to.
And you have some great rooms here. We don't always think there so much is here.
Yeah, right now you're in the rainforest room. Every room is themed. There's painted ceiling tiles. There's a color coordinated scheme, the wallpaper you see in here. So our rooms are not like room 1 or 2. It's rainforest, jungle, coral reef, countryside, Townsville. So.
The kids love it, don't they?
Yes, they love it, yeah.
Tell us what's new at the center.
Well, what's new this year with our preschool program is we've decided to combat childhood obesity by adding a physical education component for the students. We call it Be Active, and it's a 30-minute physical education class, and parents are able to sign up. It's an extra. They're able to sign up for that. The kids get escorted to the gym after their preschool class is done here at the center, and they get basically tumbling, dance, physical education experiences for 30 minutes, and it's been very successful, and we'll be continuing that next year with our 2017 preschool program as well.
Now let's hear from Carrie Reynolds, preschool coordinator, and she talks about another program at the preschool.
We offer the Extended Care Program, which offers parents the ability to bring their children either an hour before or an hour after their preschool classes to help extend their day a little bit.
And Jan talks so highly of you. This must be a wonderful day of work for you every day.
It absolutely is. I love what I do. I get to come in, I get to play with the kids, I get to educate. I always say that I like to build the foundation for the children. So I'm building their foundation for education, and that's my favorite part of the job. Just remember to stop by at our open house on Wednesday, February 15th from 5:30 to 7:30.
As we watch Elgin's historic preservation planner, Kristen Sundquist, work at her desk at City Hall, she tells Elgin Today about an architectural grant deadline of interest to many that will take place at the end of March.
We have the historic rehabilitation grants this year. It's for our historic district residents. We have 5 of those, and then as well as our landmarks. The due date is March 31st, and that's a Friday. 5 p.m. is the hard deadline. And like I said, it's open to all of our historic district residents for any exterior rehab that they'd like to do. Its eligible projects include, restoration of your porch, any, you want to put on wood storm windows or half-round gutters, or you want to restore your roof to cedar or clay tile. Those are just a few examples of what we offer for this grant. We have a 50-50 component, and we have a 75-25 component. The 50-50 is open to anyone who is 18 years or older, owns a property, and it has a property that's 50 years or older, and any type of exterior work with that. The 75-25 component is for our low-income to moderate-income residents in our districts, and you have to live on the property to be eligible for that project or that program. It's all located on there, on the City of Elgin's website, and you could grab the application there, or you could come into the Community Development Department to grab a hard copy as well. Last year we had 20 participants. We'll likely have that same amount this year, but it changes every year. It just depends on who wants to do work this upcoming summer.
One of Elgin's most beloved citizens recently received a wonderful honor. The Dr. Martin Luther King Legacy Award was presented to Joe Wars. Joe Wars has lived in Elgin for over 40 years. We traveled to his East Side home to get his reaction to this great honor.
I was really surprised, pleased, and shocked, and just to be considered in the same vein as somebody like Bob Gilliam, or to receive an award that's associated with Dr. Martin Luther King. I mean, hey, old Joe from Virginia, I'm telling you, it was really, really an honor, and I really have to thank the city for allowing me to participate and be involved in a lot of good things, and naturally you have to thank the wife for her support and backing on that. But as far as how I felt, I don't have words to describe it. I was really, really shocked and highly honored to think that I was the second person to receive that. And jokingly, somebody said to me, realize, Joe, that you're the only person alive with that award.
You can learn more about the information you saw here in Elgin Today or about city services, programs, and events by going to the Elgin website at www.cityofelgin.org. And now the City of Elgin has a 311 contact center. Elgin 311. Call, click, connect by calling 311, the city's information and request resource. For everyone here at Elgin Today, I'm Jeff Myers. We'll see you next time.